Hey, everybody. Thank you for coming back. This is our last segment. I do have to make a couple announcements. This particular episode is being recorded for YouTube. I want a lot of people to understand the value of MedCASH, and if you're not able to hear this show at the present time, I'd like you to see it. Not live, but you'll be able to see us in studio having this conversation. And then also, I want everybody out there to listen to Dane's comments on medical tourism. That's something that we've been having a conversation about, and hopefully we'll have more discussion next week. But I thought you may have something to talk about that, Dane, because the nature of the costs behind that, and considering MedCASH may have to be a solution for that. I wanted to know what your additional thoughts were.
Definitely, medical tourism is an option that more people are electively taking, not only in the United States, but also globally.
Right.
The simple model is you travel either over county lines, state lines, or, country lines to obtain, health treatments and services at a more affordable rate in a more timely manner, and in lots of institutions that are, comparable to better than what they can source within their local communities. And, we will be, talking with the CEO of the Medical Tourism Association and Health Congress that their mandate is to help drive down the costs for individuals through sourcing of cheaper, higher productive, services for patients. And it's an interesting topic. There are, it has grown in leaps and bounds over the last 10 years. There's a lot of countries that a lot of people, if they, looked on a map, they probably wouldn't even be able to point their finger on where it is. But the doctors and the systems that are, put into place are, they're top notch, and they're also great destinations to, explore and vacation to as well.
Correct. I mean, I definitely am looking forward to hear more about that. I mean, there's a lot of synergies there between what MedCASH and I guess in certain ways alternative medicine can be. I mean, it's an alternative treatment protocol. I think also, I can't say that I've been involved in medical tourism, but the fact that I have to get my medications in Canada, I could say is a measure of that. I guess, Dane, before you go, I just want to make one final announcement. Mark's Marine Pharmacy is offering free shipping for those people who are listening to this episode of Frank About Health. The offer is until today. Hopefully that'll change. Toll-free number 877-888-9265. You'll speak to Jordan Rosenblatt. He will give you an overview. CanShipMeds.com to take a look at what they offer. Everything from necessary drugs for disorders that we've been speaking about, but anything like aspirin or any other kind of simple things. I mean, the prices are outstanding. So, Dane, I have to say thank you for coming back on the show. Sorry you couldn't be here this week, but I know that we will see you next week, and we will talk more about medical tourism. And in addition, I think Danielle will be coming back to talk about body and brain. But it'll be an interesting show next week.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right.
Take care.
Speak to you later. Take care. All right, everybody out there. You've learned in the last half hour from the economic standpoint about how a program like MedCASH is going to be very important in the future. I think what is very interesting is that if you were to look at MedCASH as a mutual fund, something like that, think of it as an ecosystem where you've got your high equity growth stocks, you've got your bonds, you've got your cash only accounts. You have to think about what type of element, or not element, what type of person are you in the MedCASH model? Are you the chronically ill? Are you the person that goes to the doctor once a year? Are you the person that has no illness whatsoever? You're young, you're in your 20s, you're even in your teens. You depend on insurance from your family, but yet you're earning MedCASH because MedCASH is not age restricted. It's earning cash back. What can you do with that money? Who knows? You can give it to charity, a healthcare-related charity. The whole nature of the MedCASH program is diversified unto itself, where as long as your expense is healthcare-related, you'll be able not only to get the coverage you need to supplement whatever you already have, but you'll be able to give back. I mean, that's what I think is so compelling also. I want everybody out there to know that if you fit the category of epilepsy, major depressive disorder, diabetes, you're going to have a lot of expenses. Those are treatments that are ongoing. If you are in the category of alternative medicine, insurance does not cover that at all. Even if you've been referred to an acupuncturist because of a bad back, that's where MedCash is going to have value. If you are needing dental services, vision care services, that's where MedCash is going to have value. Or again, if you're an individual who just believes in the social good, you'll have a lot of cash back to give to Red Cross, victims of Hurricane Sandy. You'll have money for the American Psychological Association, or as Dane was saying, the Medical Tourism Association. I want everybody out there to realize that both Dane and myself have created a lot of elements behind the MedCash program. Again, what will make the program solid as the product rolls out in the near future is the story and how you guys as a community continue to educate each other on the various aspects of healthcare in general. Again, Twitter is the place to reach me at Frank Healthcare, but more importantly, to reach each other. Use those hashtags that I quoted, especially hashtag diabetes, hashtag epilepsy, hashtag healthcare. This is a very important topic that is ongoing. I'm very much involved in it, and I just want people to be totally aware, again, that there are solutions out there. Just have to be on the lookout for them. What I could say overall is that MedCash began from a personal experience. I had a choice between paying my rent or my healthcare premium. My premium was higher than my rent. I thought to myself, wait a second, why don't I just use my credit card to pay my healthcare premium, earn the cash back, and then pay my phone bill, and then therefore have the money to pay my rent? Then, of course, it evolved from all of the different aspects of how people have access to money. Your mobile phone, your debit or credit card, your savings accounts. You earn cash back from different sources. And that was able to create the whole compelling story to understand, especially during the timeliness of the Affordable Care Act rolling out, that everyone needs to go ahead and fight for their own health care protection in whatever way that is. It is unfortunate that something like healthcare is a commodity in this country. Again, that's just something that has happened since I was born, so I have no say over that. But with the changes that are ongoing that Dane had mentioned, it's becoming a much more needed solution and much more needed issue going forward. I just have so much to say, and in the short time that we have, I don't think I can really cover it all. But I will say again, one of the biggest things that I'm hoping that MedCash will do through its brand and its narrative will work with the various retail communities out there that are very much into several issues: education, environment, and healthcare. I want everyone out there to know, be comfortable when you go to Starbucks. Be comfortable when you go to Home Depot. Be comfortable when you deal with Verizon. I could tell you personally, they're very much into healthcare. We're going to be working closely with these people in the future, and therefore part of the shopping experience will not only be the convenience of your debit card, but it'll also be going into these places. And as a MedCash member, remember to join, use the Facebook page, the MedCash Facebook page. You will be able to go ahead and get cash back from these places as well. So how would you like to get incentives to do shopping there? The other irony that I discovered, isn't it interesting how you can't afford your health insurance, but you can afford to go and buy video games, or you can go out and buy movie tickets. You can go out and buy whatever it is you need. It's like the priorities shifted. But for anyone to look at healthcare as an expense that is a burden rather than something that they can go ahead and accept into their regular spending, it just makes sense to have a program like MedCash. I don't know. I just have lots of questions myself. Again, as a person who suffers from a chronic illness, I have seen my MRIs, my EEGs, my medication, obviously, my doctor visits, my whatever. I can honestly tell you that in a year's time, I could spend about $10,000 to $15,000 on epilepsy care. Diabetes, for those people who have the side effects of neuropathy, gangrene, God forbid. You know, those costs can run $25,000, $30,000, $40,000, especially if you have to have unfortunate treatments like surgery. And mental health, depressive disorder. I mean, what's unfortunate is that there are a lot of things that used to be covered in that category that are no longer covered, such as your doctor's visit, to your psychologist, your psychotherapist. People out there, in the meantime, while communicating about this program, should go ahead and really budget for those expenses. There's just too much to say, and unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to finish any more than I can do to explain to people when this show airs on YouTube and when we're all communicating on Twitter. But I want everyone out there to remember, if you have high healthcare expenses with your medications, at least there is the solution of Mark's Marine Pharmacy. Again, canshipmeds.com, 1-877-888-9265. At least we have a solution thus, right now, for those listeners in Canada and the United States. You can find a way to save on your medications and other kinds of traditional healthcare treatments. And all of you out there, become our initial community to take action for your social health care. And I guess until then, what I'm going to do is be your advocate, and next week we will definitely see two critical issues of where MedCASH can work and benefit all of you from having a better quality of life. So until next week, thanks to everybody out there listening about me being frank about MedCASH. You take care and see you next week.